Is it actually filming now then?
Next level. Next level.
And welcome to the new bookshelf, which I myself actually screwed onto the wall, which was terrifying. Me and a drill on a very big ladder is not the best combo. So let me do a little quick mini tour for you. So this is the new bookshelf. Up here will be Dan Brown Corner. Two of my books are currently on loan. This shelf will be for pretty much new books that I haven't read yet, and sort of some older ones that I don't really know where I want to put them. The rest of the shelves are pretty much empty, so I've just got like, my keys, my gym fob. I've got my very lovely sort of tall hardback illustrated books sat on here. Sleep and Spindle, Fox and the Star, and Hansel and Gretel. So yeah, these are the ones that sort of don't really have, they had a home and I've moved them, sort of thing. And at the very bottom, is just some, like, much of my older books. And then the whole reason I got the bookcase, my book. So the original bookcase that was there beforehand, this top shelf is actually still pretty much the same. The only new additions are Six of Crows. So basically when I get my shelving sorted in my bedroom, all of these will all disappear. This will all move up, and then I'll have space for the next two books for this series, so Crooked Kingdom and then the final one to come, and also the one that's called Thorns and something, which honest to god I can't remember right this second, but like the short stories, and then King of Scars, or her newest one is called, because there are too many books in my brain. And so yeah, I'll have lots more room to sort of spread out. This shelf is a massive gaping gap in it, which half the books that are on that shelf will end up on, but obviously I've got the new series, got a nice new little gap here for those. And then this shelf will become my Terry Pratchett shelf. This will be my Discworld series, so I'm going to start off with the Witches and the Death one and see where I go from there. Might go on to the Guard ones. Further down I've got my shelf for hardbacks, so I need to collect the other one of this by Lani Taylor, and then the last two by Stephanie Garber. There is another book by Alison Littlewood that I want to try. I know I didn't get on with her to begin with, but I do want to try it. So yeah, that'll be that. And there's also another book by Brian Selznick I wish to collect. The next shelf, so you can see one sad, lowly little book. This will be my Cassandra Clare shelf. So yes, I will collect all of hers, and they will go in this lovely shelf spot here. Again, all of this is sort of depending on how much space I require, I may have to sort of move some over here and move around. And then this bottom shelf is again some of my really old reads, so I've got the entire series of Unfortunate Events, my 2 original vampire series, so the series by Rachel Kane, the Morganville Vampires. Probably I'm going to get rid of these. I'll either take them to a charity shop, or they found a website where you can sell your books. And then House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cast. I will keep these because they're probably one of my favourite original vampire series that I've ever read, probably because of the real sort of background and kind of that's the real explanation and the depth and mythology that she created. I love the world. And at the very end, I've got the Hush Hush series by Becca Fitzpatrick. I don't know if I'm going to keep those. I don't really get on with them. I might try rereading them again, but we'll see. So that, my friends, is my brand new library, which I absolutely love. I'm dropping books. So what do you think of my new bookshelves? I love them so much. Literally the only reason I got that new bookshelf, well, bookcase, is because I bought another pair of boots. That's literally it. And somehow I managed to con my way into getting a brand new bookcase. Yeah, that was quite something, which for me is actually really handy because I still need to sort out behind me. Obviously got my bookcase behind me, but what I ideally want is wall-to-wall shelving, so I have a lot more space there because, you know, just finding lots of classics. And then the idea of what I want behind me is to have my classics and then my like retellings. So, you know, I've got lots of like fairy tale retellings, Disney retellings, and then, you know, you've got like your Wizard of Oz ones, your Alice in Wonderland ones. So I just want more space for that. And I also am trying to branch out a little bit more with sort of not experimenting with like classics, but sort of books like how I plan to read like Jane Eyre this year. Possibly I'm considering Wuthering Heights. Just branching out that way, you know, with books that I never thought I would ever read. So it's giving me, yeah, some more shelf space. So on to my February reads. I had such a nice month of books. I guess it's my birthday month, so I got to treat myself. The first book I read was Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. So this is another one which is part of the Twisted Tales series, but this one is by a different author, whereas the other ones are by Liz Braswell. I really love this. For me, this one is based on Mulan, and basically she picks up from the Huns and they set off the cannon, all that stuff, like the same as the film, but he goes to kill her and Shang saves her, and then he gets injured and ends up in the underworld because he's about to die, and she goes there to try and save him and makes a deal to save him. Why did I love this book so much? I gave it 4.5 stars, and this is mainly because this is so refreshingly different. All the time I've noticed with a lot of these retellings, it's always things like Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz or like your bog standard ones, because I guess they're easy to go with and easy to change. I mean, for me, the Lunar Chronicles was a really nice, refreshing one because that was first based on Cinderella. I thought I was going to burp them, I'm terribly sorry. I was like prepping. Yeah, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and oh my god, Snow White. Snow White was in there, but what was nice was that Snow White was last, not first. And you know, I've been reading this other series, and it's just been nice because, you know, you've had not the ones that you think would be picked first. So, you know, you've had like Aladdin and Sleeping Beauty, and they've done Little Mermaid is next, and it's really nice that they've gone with this one, with Mulan. I love this for the fact of it was so amazing to explore another culture's like mythology. You know, I feel like a lot of the times it's very easy for people to go, not easy to go with like Day of the Dead and that sort of thing, because, you know, you've got the Book of Life and then you've also got Coco, because, you know, that is such a gorgeous and vibrant like and colourful culture, and there's so much to explore. I mean, just in Coco itself, when you look at the layout of the lands and how it's like the different ruins built on top of what like the most current one is, you've got like Mayans in there and all that stuff like that. It's like the small details of that I love. So for me, it was so nice to experience a different culture's version of like the afterlife. Like, it was really cool. After that, I read Mother Knows Best by the amazing Serena Valentino. I'm so glad that this series has carried on and has expanded. The only thing is trying to figure out the timeline. I feel like because this really spanned a really big sort of like, this is like her as a child and then becoming Mother Gothel as we know it, and then being Mother Gothel, and then the story. So for me, it was like it was really cool that it spanned such a huge time, but trying to get the timeline straight compared to the other books, because events from like Mistress of All Evil, Maleficent story, like a reference in this. It was trying to get your head around the timeline of it, like
that's the only thing I'm finding hard with her books, is that certain bits are getting a bit confusing. But I'm so excited to finally get, you know, the Odd Sisters book to finally appear. But I really enjoyed this one. Again, this is like a villain that you wouldn't expect to have, and which is what I really love. She so could have easily gone like and done Madame Tremaine, because, you know, she's such like a main one, you know, but I just, oh my god, I love it. I really, especially because Mother Gothel is such one I feel like hasn't had much in the way of sort of like theorizing where she came from. So for me, it was like a complete fresh look at, actually, this is who she could be, where she could have come from. Like, I loved all of it. It was so good. The only thing I found didn't work, which is probably why I gave this 4.5 stars, her personality, and as to how she and then when her personality when she's Mother Gothel, because, you know, she's very, because you've got all that, I'm gonna drop another book, there we go, you know, you still got the bit when she's with Rapunzel when she's younger, she's like blah 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 with the mumbling, and then when they're looking in the mirror and she's like, Rapunzel, look in the mirror, I see strong and beautiful and blah blah blah, oh look, there's you too, like that's all in there too, and that doesn't marry up with who she is for most of the book. That's the only thing I can't get past. I thought we were going to go down the more of the crazy route for her, because family is a very big thing and a very big key thing for Mother Gothel. But seriously, pick up this book. Pick up both of them, they are so amazing. Getting away from the Disney kind of track, a childhood classic of mine. If you watched my last video, you will know that I read this during my birthday week. This is a book, Enid Blyton, The Enchanted Wood, sorry. This is a book that I haven't picked up in about 20 years, and I never finished it. Not once as a child did I ever make my way through this goddamn book. It's not even that long. As I sort of said in my video last week and sort of reflecting on it all, I don't know why I never finished it. I don't know what stopped me from finishing it. I genuinely don't know. There's nothing scary in it. Like, I don't know. I must have reread this book so many times as a kid, and I don't know why I never finished it. Because it's such a lovely book. It's such a sweet and lovely little book, and I really liked it, and I really liked all the little lands they went to, and just everything about it and the characters. It's just so sweet, and I am so annoyed at myself that I never finished it. But I finally have now, and the thing is, I was only ever going to reread this book if I could find this specific cover, and we found this. We got this book in Malta, so yeah, I was very much, I've been just for years, I've just been trying to find this book, like constantly re-looking all the time. Every so often I think, oh, you know what, maybe I should renew the search. And then finally, I got it. I really love this book. It is such like a nice little nostalgia trip, and to see what I could and couldn't remember, and all that. So those are my 3 books for the month. I had a very nice little read, as I said. So I'm off now to Edinburgh on Wednesday. I'm so excited. So I'm going to get lots of footage for that, and then I will sort of see how much footage I get, and then that will sort of, yeah, determine what kind of video that I will be putting out next Monday. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try and do like a sort of my birthday hauls, all the books that I got for my birthday, gifted and bought. I mean gifted by myself. Yeah, let's go gifted and self-gifted. There we go. I hope you have a great week ahead. Keep an eye out on my stories on Instagram, and I will, yeah, try and pop some like updates and stuff whilst I'm away, but definitely make sure, yeah, if you're following on my personal one, you'll probably see a lot more there. Comment below. I always want to hear from you, your thoughts, what you think of these books. How are you like big on like the retelling thing, or you kind of think like, no, like just leave the originals as they are? Show me your thumbs and smash that like button. It means the world to me to see your love and support. And if you are new, then hello and welcome. I'm really hoping this was a quick one. I'm very aware of the time and very aware of all the other footage and the scary pile of like footage I need to edit, because I left my camera like rolling when I built the bookshelf, and I have like half an hour's worth to just cut out and edit, but I'm so aware of that. So if you're new, subscribe and then join the family. So that's me, that I'm out. Gotta think about packing soon. Ugh. I don't want to do that. That's like not something I want to think